In a time of economic uncertainty, many of our country's treasured performing arts organizations are struggling for survival. For the arts to thrive, they need to connect to new and diverse audiences. This connection used to happen in the pages of the local newspaper, where concert reviews, previews, and engaging artist interviews helped create buzz and interest around musicians and performances. In 1998, San Francisco Chronicle music critic Bob Commande realized that newspapers were no longer going to be able to provide the kind of coverage that would build community around great music. So he sought help from his friend, philanthropist Gordon Getty, to start a website for the Bay Area.
I'm kind of proud that we did keep criticism alive.
That's right.
It's very important.
It's crucial, because how else is the public that is on the fringe and that is being drawn, and how else are they going to know if the newspapers aren't doing it anymore? There used to be newspapers all around the Bay, and I think Classical Voice is carrying that responsibility.
Today, with a robust readership of over 35,000 people each month, San Francisco Classical Voice is developing strategic partnerships with many Bay Area arts leaders to build community around great music.
We've always been trying to find good ways to collaborate, and in the commercial world there was always a little bit of a conflict of interest. And as we got into the public space, we decided, hey, there's maybe more reason to be able to collaborate. So as we continued to think about what do you do best, and what do we do best, and where do they merge and converge, and one of the things we decided was that you guys are good at the depth of content online, and already had a lot of that started with the composers, and a way to lay that out in a cool way. And we had a way to package it on the air and drive people to that's the site for more information.
And the depth of content makes SFCV an ideal partner for many of the region's most respected organizations.
Our audience loves San Francisco Classical Voice. In my job, one of my favorite responsibilities is meeting our audience members. And that's everyone from a 6-year-old first grader who's in Davies Symphony Hall for the first time for Adventures in Music, to a 25-year-old young woman at Davies After Hours who bought her ticket at the last minute on her mobile phone, to any one of our core classical music lovers. They come from as far north as Sonoma and from as far south as Monterey. And they've told us time and again that they use San Francisco Classical Voice, so that's why we're both a member of the site and we also advertise on the site.
Whether something is liked or not liked are in depth, and I think that, and in depth and intelligent, and treat the reader as somebody who is interested to know more and not just be given a soundbite.
SFCV attracts a diverse audience with innovative ways of reaching new segments of the community. Concert information, videos and podcasts, music history, and a directory of music teachers. San Francisco Classical Voice connects people to great music in the ways that suit them best.
I guess kind of the coolest thing about it for me is that it's constantly updated to my Facebook. So when I see it in the news feed, like what makes it a better source for music information than, say, the Chronicle or the San Jose Mercury where I'm from. Like it's all of the stuff I want right in one place, and written by people that I actually care to hear their opinions about.
SFCV has also developed extensive resources designed to help parents and kids engage in the vibrant musical life of the Bay Area.
What you're doing with all of that content on your site is extraordinary. We have grandchildren, and so our children are looking for music teachers for them, and that's the first place they go now, which is, it's a wonderful thing.
I sing
She
all the
sings
time.
all the time.
We both sing all the time, and we sing together as well, so we have a lot of singing in the house. So for children, I think it's awesome. I think we need to build the next audiences for the future, and I've started with my one data point audience of the future. But I think just kind of being involved in music and having a place to go for all of that is great.
SFCV's efforts to impact the quality of music education that children all over the Bay Area receive are being felt not just in homes, but in local schools too.
The kids and family section of SFCB is fabulous. I just think hands down, and I will direct a lot of our families and also families of my private students to go online and look at that, and then come back and ask questions, because they'll have all the information at hand.
Everybody under 30 is basically attached to the internet.
Yes.
Is how to get a younger audience interested in this. In other words, the audience that's already hooked on all the IT side of what you do, but need to find out more, or interested in knowing more about classical music. I would have thought that for, say, students, the sort of information that you provide is fantastic.
A great example is Jeff Kalis did an interview of Mason Bates before a concert that was happening in Santa Cruz at the Carrillo Festival, and something that, I mean, I've heard of Mason Bates, and so I'm familiar with his music, but it was kind of neat to show an article to someone that hadn't read about him and have them read an article that said, oh, he's actually like a DJ, like actually in clubs in Oakland spinning records, and he's at this huge new music festival happening in Santa Cruz for classical concert music. And not only is that cool by itself, but when you listen to either his electronica or his concert music, you can hear how those two are informed by each other.
What was once a weekly online publication of music news and reviews has evolved into a multimedia destination of constantly updated content and tools, a powerful voice for the Bay Area music community.
Well, I think the most important thing is that we have worked over the past 3 years, I would say, on the product. And how do we create a website, and what should be the platform, and what should be the content, and how do we get the right people to write about it. And we're ready now to really scale it, to really launch it, to really bring it to people. Because music is a living thing, and it brings people together, and it can be fun and light, and it can make people happy, or allow them to connect about things that they're sad about. And what lights me up is bringing that to more people and seeing more people experience it.
You know, we have to keep reinventing ourselves, and we have to keep reaching out. And in that way, SFCB is great. It's really a link to our external and global community in the arts.
Another idea that I think it's kind of obvious on its face, but I was pushing from early on, was to make it nationwide. Why make everybody repeat that? If they can use our website, and say if the Atlanta critics want to do this, or the Des Moines, or whatever, they could come on our website, and it could be national.
San Francisco Classical Voice combines a passion for great music with industry-leading know-how, harnessing the latest technological tools and deep, thought-provoking content to generate avid music fans for the present and the future.